Hey guys, it's Siobhan Muir. Welcome back to my channel and happy Halloween and blessed Sovereign to all y'all. Because I'm getting my witch on today. If you're ready, I always dress up every year, and no, I don't always make my costumes, but sometimes it's just easier to purchase them before the holiday. Otherwise, I spend too much time prepping and not enough time wearing. So, but today we are going to finish the miniature because that's right, I've got it almost all done. Look. So if you look closely, there's the lamps. You can see the lamps in there, and you can see the curtains. And I also put on the art on the walls, including the shelf in the back here. There's that shelf back there. And then there's the curtains that go on the garden doors. And then I put the doors on themselves. See? All right. And one of the last things I did is I put the awning and those flower boxes. And I chose not to do flowers. It's just greenery because nobody needs to do all that work. But there's one on the back side too. And I wired together the lamps. So this thing is the battery pack, and it will end up hiding under the bed. But check this out. Oh, daylight! We have light. Do you see? Yay! So the lights actually work. But I'm going to turn them off because there's a lot of light, and I already have enough going on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing down the furniture so that you can see what it looks like in the end, and then we'll get close-ups, and then you can enjoy it. So the first thing I'm going to glue down is the bed, and I'm going to turn it around. You won't be able to see me doing this because it's actually, I need to be able to see what I'm doing. And actually, I could probably turn on the light, and then I can see what I'm doing. All right, so first what I'm going to do, now the pillows are loose, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the glue, and I'm going to glue the 4 legs of the bed down so that I don't want much of this to move. The whole idea for this particular little project was to have what's called a book nook. And a book nook is like a little world on your bookshelves. And I'd seen them online, and they were very expensive because someone else did all the work. So I thought, well, okay, I will do the work and I will make my own book nook. So technically this is sold as a dollhouse set, but I am doing it as my book nook. Take that curtain out of there. All right, and we're gonna glue the bed down. So we glue it to the floor. And yeah, I'm using the lights because it's kind of dark today because it's a rainy, cold, trending towards snow sort of day in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So there you go. That's kind of what's going on with that. But yes, I'm going to glue that down. So then we glued the bed. And then at the very end of this thing is where this little contraption goes. This is just a shelf with books and a plant and stuff like that, and there's a little shovel in here, and I'm going to glue that to the end of the bed. Oh, that's all right, I forget that the shovel comes out. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue the legs, and again, most of this is just because I don't want it to move when I'm done. Right? I just want it to just stay. Nobody move. Everybody's good where it is. So I will set that in there. Ta-da! And we glue that down at the end of the bed like that. Now I will end up putting these other things back in, but for right now, since they're just loose and we're working in there, I think I'm just going to leave them to the side. So I'll give that a moment, and then I will add other things to it. So we're going to give this a little moment to dry, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like with with starting some other things. Okay, so I've glued everything down. Again, it's just the furniture that I'm really gluing down, but All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is glue down this little, now I had already glued down the vase, but I'm going to glue down this little side table, and I'm going to glue down the other, like the little, I guess, writing desk maybe almost. Some sort of bookcase looking thing. Okay, set this in here like that. Ta-da! And then we're going to take this thing, like I said, and we're just going to glue down the bits that are touching, and then that should be glued in. Again, you could choose not to glue these down. I want to, but I do know that a lot of folks would rather have it completely loose. I don't want it loose. I want it. Okay. There we go. Let me wipe up the excess glue.
She says you're welcome.
So then it's completely glued down, and I'm cleaning up the excess glue. Now, sometimes these the curtains don't want to sit where you want them. The idea is when you're gluing stuff down like this, you can always push it out of the way before you glue down that stuff, and then it can just sit there. But right now, this is what it looks like. You see? So now we have the little bookcase and the table, and they're glued down. So you have that like that. All right. Now I'm gonna put in some more details in a little bit. So we'll let that dry for a bit, and then I'll come back with more. Okay, all right, so I put in a few more details so you can see here. I added stuff to the shelves, including books and boxes and things like that. So that's put in, all right. Now what needs to be done is we have the rug. We're gonna put the rug on the floor. And the way it's positioned is kind of like right near the bed. So, but I am going to glue it down because I think it would be nice if it just didn't move. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on each corner because you don't need very much. And then we're going to just set that down and press it in place. Hopefully, it'll just stay. So you got your little carpet, right? Because that's how we roll. Ta-da. And then we're going to put in the little table, and it has a journal on it with a pen. I'm going to leave that right there so you can see it. But then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this. Now, the way this was glued on is they suggested in this that it'd be kind of at an angle so that you can kind of see how it sits in there. But I think I'm going to move it. I think I'm going to move it over a little bit because most people want to walk around their table and get to the bed. Nobody really wants the table directly in front of that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down to the carpet. Ta-da! Let's see. Stick this the way I want it. Glue that down like that. And then I'm going to add a little more glue to the bottom of the carpet because it seems to have absorbed it. That'll at least keep that there. All right. So now, you see a little table with the flowers on it? And so the pen and the journal go right on there. So you get that, you see? Okay. And then on this outer part where there's the garden, right? Couple things go there. So we have this box. That one goes right in here. And it's where the dog is watering. And then we have this box that has the flowers and the newspaper in it. So I am going to glue the newspaper box, I guess, for lack of better words, on it. So I'm going to smear that like this. And we will glue that down on this side of the garden. And we'll just glue that right in there. And if you can't reach, that's okay. It's okay to just push down with your tweezers. And these things shove down there like that. Ta-da! So that one's glued in. So now you have a box with stuff in it right there. And this one's going to be a little trickier because we're going to have to glue the edges of the box itself. And this will be kind of interesting. Oh, well, make sure you got to put it in right, though. You want the handle on the outside. And you want to glue it in right like that. I'm going to get rid of all that excess glue. Okay. If you don't knock it out, I just want to get rid of the excess glue. Ta-da! There you go. So now you have both boxes set down, right? And then, oh, I lost a book, but that's okay. The last thing that goes in is the dog. And the dog sits right here and waters the plant, right? So I'm going to, actually, I might not glue the dog down. I might just set him in there. So this, if I don't lose a book, let me put that back. All right. This is what the final product should look like. Oh, well, there are a couple more things. I can add the newspapers that go here. And then there are 3 other books that were kind of a pain in the butt to make. And those go right in. Ta-da! There it is! That's the final project. Now you can see it. You can see the details of the bed and the books, the journal, and everything. Ta-da! And then you have the garden outside with the dog watering the plants. And don't forget the greenery on the outside along with your light box. Ta-da! So that's it. That's my miniature room that I made. It's, it's my little book nook, and there are definitely books in it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed making a miniature with Siobhan Muir. Of course, I just lost another book. Anyway, and very happy Halloween and blessed Samhain. And I will talk to you and do a new one soon. So do be sure to subscribe to my channel, ring that little bell so that it makes sure that you know when there's a new video up. And thank you for joining me. Happy building and and happy reading. Talk to you later. Bye.